Hey everybody, who's your Jedi here with another review for you. It's time to talk about episode 12 of season 2 of Legends of Tomorrow, Camelot 3000. The title of this episode is a reference to an old DC miniseries from I think the late 80s called Camelot 3000, which I've never read, and I don't really know very much about it. I think it's sort of like in the year 3000, there's these like reincarnations of all the characters from the King Arthur legend. So beyond that, I don't really know much of anything about it. This episode itself, all in all, I wasn't really too wild about it. Just because there seems to be a lot of flaws in this episode. Now, not that there aren't some good moments, but the cons seem to outweigh the pros. So let's just kind of get right into it. First of all, my main problem was just like this whole explanation for how in the world Stargirl created Camelot, and sort of like, oh yeah, this guy's wearing armor centuries ahead of its time here in Camelot, and yeah, that's no big deal. That doesn't have any impact on history. I mean, in the DC universe, Camelot is considered to have been a real place. Characters like Madame Xanadu, Etrigan the Demon, Jason Blood, Shining Knight. They all came or had connections to this period of time. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but there was this really great miniseries from way back, from several years back, that was focused on that time. And oddly enough, one of the protagonists was Vandal Savage, and he was hilarious. Just sort of like they end up fighting some dinosaurs, and Savage is all like, "Oh my god, I haven't eaten one of those in forever!" And he's so happy. It's just utterly hilarious. Plus, I've always had a little bit of a soft spot for Jason Blood and Trinity, so it doesn't mean that they can't pop up in a future season, but I guess we'll have to see. One thing that is, I think, supremely disappointing is you've got a character named Malcolm Merlin, and you don't turn him loose in Camelot. This is especially funny if you've read the official Arrow comics that are like considered continuity of the show. There was a miniseries focusing on Malcolm, written by John Barrowman and his sister, who is apparently an author. And it reveals, in keeping with DC continuity, that Malcolm Merlin is an alias, and that his birth name is in fact Arthur King. Yeah, comics are sometimes not terribly subtle. But still, you don't turn him loose in Camelot. I don't know. I guess maybe it's sort of like, okay, we've got enough craziness going on here. Maybe we save that for a future season or something. I mean, having Damien Dark run around this time, it's good enough. He's certainly somebody who's well suited to playing the role of the Black Knight. And you can still tell Neil McCullough is just having an absolute blast with this character, especially that evil laugh he got to give off this episode. I wasn't too impressed with Damien losing a sword fight to Ray. Seriously, of all people? Ray? I mean, exactly how much training with a sword has Ray had? Now, in all fairness, Damien probably doesn't have a whole lot of experience running around in heavy plate armor like that. But still, guy is ridiculously old and a trained member of the League of Assassins. Although, I kind of wish they would have touched on the fact that, Ray was held prisoner by Dark for something like 6 months. So, he's got pretty good reasons to not be a fan of Damien. But that's never even touched on. And also, when these guys go off to have their sword duel, they go from the battle by, I guess, the lake, where weather's perfectly normal, to someplace within minutes, a short ride or walking distance that's completely covered in snow. Seriously? I mean, it's dramatic and all, but it doesn't really make any sense. Or it doesn't make very much sense. But there really wouldn't be. We're just going to. And yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the whole reality. So let's see, character-wise, some nice butting of heads between Sarah and Amaya. this episode. Wasn't really impressed by Stargirl this episode, which is a shame because I'm very fond of Stargirl from the comics. I've read the old Stars and Stripe comic where she was first introduced, and it's good stuff. Courtney Whitmore is a pretty cool character. But here, this whole oh, I created Camelot and I'm in love with Arthur, and seriously, are you kidding me? This is bullshit. Oh yeah, I never find it's like, oh hey, this is Sir Lancelot. He's dead. I mean, I'm sorry, I just was not at all pleased by that. I did like the little subplot with what was going on between Stein and Mick, and it was a nice moment for Jax to realize, look, maybe it's about intensity, not intelligence. This is also, if you really think about it, a nice way of reminding us that he might not be the most book smart guy in the world, but Mick has one hell of a will. I mean, he did break free of the control of the Time Masters, so that was a nice moment for Mick, and I especially loved him being able to sniff out that Stein had stolen something really quickly. Again, showing that Mick has his limitations, but when you step into his area of expertise, he's about as good as it gets. Nothing really particular to say about Dr. Midnight. Just the actual Dr. Midnight character in the comics is also a fairly interesting character. Maybe they'll have somebody take this guy's mantle up in the future. We'll have to see, but I would definitely be in favor of that. Probably, I guess, there was a second Dr. Midnight. I think that was Alex Cross, so maybe they'll use him. We'll see. Let's see. It was pretty funny watching Nate try and constantly go on about historical accuracy and stuff, and every time he would do it, it would just blow up in his face. I think Nate was sort of meant there to be the surrogate for the first people in the audience who were like me, going, "It's like, this is dumb. This doesn't make any sense." I mean, yes, there's reality warping and all this stuff going on, but still. And then Ray just being a complete and utter, Arthurian legend fanboy. I mean, again, sort of like, Ray, you're not really trained to go off and fight medieval warfare style. Big surprise, there was a point where it looked like he was going to get killed. And now we're getting this subplot with, he's going to be possibly crowned King of Camelot. So I guess maybe they'll come back to Camelot later in the season. I don't know, maybe bring Stargirl into the present or something like that. Who knows? Still, I guess we'll be back in Camelot. The whole stuff with Guinevere being more about a political marriage with Arthur, I mean, okay, that was fine. Once again, queens from the olden times do seem to have a bit of a thing for Sarah. Although that whole Sarah Lance a lot thing, just oh sweet God, did you actually make that joke? That is terrible. Definitely enjoyed more of Evil Whip, and I really did like that bit with Jax confronting him at the end. So I was like, man, Sarah talked me down from it once, but next time if you try something again, I will kill you. And I do like that it was pointed out by Amaya that Sarah's like, Sarah, if you hadn't been playing goody-goody, which is something that's really not in your nature, Dr. Midnight would still be alive. And she was totally right to do that because Sarah was an idiot. They totally could have captured Rip back in 1776, and they didn't for stupid reasons. And once again, Gideon proved to be ridiculously unreliable because apparently she's still willing to answer to Rip, even though this is even worse than the whole thing of why they could never seem to think to ask Gideon, say Gideon, there are intruders on the ship. Where are they? I mean, yeah, okay, there's no story if they do stuff like that. But, there's a limit to stuff like that and sort of characters having no ability to use common sense. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, not a fan of this episode. With that said, I'm going to call it here. As always, please comment, rate, subscribe. Please also follow me on Twitter at Hoosier Jedi, and also join me on Tumblr at Jedi Reviewer. Until next time, take care and have a good one.